Class 3 right now, correct? Do you remember where exactly we stopped? At which point we stopped? Receipt, right? Receipt completed. Today we'll talk about invoice. Let's see. Are you good at SQL? Like joins, views, from class. These are all. Are you good at? Do you know SQL? Okay, then fine. I'll teach technical part as well today. More. So what I will do, I'll create previous steps also quickly because I have not noted down all those numbers. Or let's see whether I note it down. This one, right? 6809. Now I know PO number. Then I need to know like receipt number as well as requisition number. So prior to this, requisition number. Take this number, go to PO. Purchasing responsibility, vision operations. There is a purchase order here. Purchase orders, F11. Give PO number here and query this. Okay, this is our number and it is an approved as well. Go to shipments here, distribution. Here is the place. This is a requisition number. Okay, I think we already saved somewhere. Okay, this is different. PO number 6809. Okay. Now, receipt number, if you want to identify, you have to combine receipt tables. So there are few tables I already discussed. RCV, shipment headers, right? RCV shipment lines, and then RCV transactions. PO tables we already discussed. Those are all PO headers are PO lines are PO line locations all. What is PO distribution? These are all we already discussed. Now to combine these tables, the join condition is here. Go to total. First PO headers are PO number is stored in segment 1 that you are already aware. Yeah, 606809. Okay. Now put alias name as PHA. Then RCV segment headers. There is no straight join here. If you just click on F4, so there are no PO related stuff here. No column. So for that actually there is another table is required, that is RCV shipment lines. Now, as there are three tables used, first join between these two. The primary of this particular table, shipment header ID, that's a join condition here. RSS dot shipment header ID. is equivalent to RSL dot shipment header. This is a join. Join between these two have I given. Now the join between PO headers are and then RCV shipment lines. Just check is there any PO related stuff here? Columns PO header ID. PO header ID is what it is. It's a primary key. Primary key of this particular table. Okay. Common column is in PO headers are and RCV shipment lines is PO header ID. That's it. This is the query. PHA dot PO header ID is equivalent to RSL dot PO header. These are all with the practice only it will come. Do multiple times. Now I require here receipt number. Receipt number. Just check is there any column like this. Instead of star, I'm just keeping double click here. It is copied. This is your receipt number. Last time, whatever we created few days back, your receipt number is that one. Now we gathered all the information. So this is where we stopped last time. Okay. Now next step here is AP invoice. So AP invoice, the moment you create a receipt here, there are a couple of programs will be submitted. Receiving transaction processor and then pay on receipt auto invoice and one more is payables open interface. These are all the three programs will be submitted. So last time AP invoice is also already created. So let's gather that. Go to view, request, find, press F4 or F11. The program name is yes, what it is, payables open is a program. But we don't know like this program is related to you or someone else. So there are many receipts created. Correct? Now for this also there is a solution. Okay, that PO tables and invoice tables we have to combine. Okay. So invoice tables, if you wanted to know, you can go to payables responsibility. Actually, this program it should give, but we are not sure which program belongs to your record. Okay. Group it has taken, source it has taken here. It has not given here complete information. So what you can do, first find out a invoice tables, go to payables, invoices, entry, invoices. And there is a place. Simply F11 and control F11. If you don't know the record, let's check. If we require just simply record, that's enough. Whatever the record it is, we are okay. It is having so many records, that's why it is taking time. Now, so I need to know the table behind this, that is AP invoices, all. In the same way, for lines. For lines, there is another table, AP invoice, lines all, and one more distribution, 3 level. AP invoice, distribution all. Your PO number will be referred here somewhere. So this is where. Okay. Anyway, this is a different record. Now to display the PO number, what you have to do? We have to combine PO tables as well as invoice tables. So here I am just adding up. Same query. Segment 1. The PO number. These tables we don't require because we would like to combine AP invoice tables here. PO distributions on PDA. Two PO tables I have given here and two invoice tables. That is AP invoices on AP invoice distributions on here. Usually in the where condition, what you have to do, very first, you need to make join at distribution level. Okay, because your invoice number is referred in the distribution level. Otherwise, it will be a performance impact. So first join is not header join. It is PDA dot. The primary key of this particular table is PO distribution ID. AIDA dot PO distribution. Clear? Now, what else the joins are missed here? Overall, how many tables? As of now, I gave join between PO distribution solve and AP invoice distribution solve. Now, next join is between these two. So the primary key of first table is what it is, that is F4. You can see the primary key is invoice. I'm just adding up another join. You tell me. So AIA dot primary key. Correct. You repeat so that you will get a confidence. Invoice ID is equal to same only. AIDA dot invoice ID. That's and one more join is pending. This join is pending. So obviously, first whatever comes, primary key of the table is PO header ID. And PHA dot. That's a PO header ID. You have to say full. Perfect. Now invoice number is available into invoice number column. It is somewhere you can check invoice number. That's it. This is the query will help you to retrieve invoice number if you don't know. It's giving. Can you see here? This is the invoice number. Take this invoice number. Now go to payables. Now you got your invoice number. This we created last time. Last time we created on 25th August. Okay. Now next step here is we need to derive the status of this invoice. As of now, it is saying here never validated, correct? The next question is what it is. Next question. AP invoice tables, if I ask you, like you know already, right? AP invoices of table names required. Lines of AP invoice distribution. Now, the question is here. How to display AP invoice status? Is the question. Another question we already completed, that is link between PO and AP invoice. This we already completed just before. If anyone asks you what is the link between PO and AP invoice, what will be your answer? Your answer is this one. Only this line you have to say. PO distribution ID from PDA means what it is. PDA means you have to say full table name. PO distribution solve and then PO distribution ID from AIDA. You should not say AIDA, okay? Because some people will use simply as a D distribution. Alias name, that is your own, okay? You have to say full name here. This is the join. The rest of the joins you no need to say. Tell me here, what is the table should I type? Yes. PO distribution solve. And here AP invoice worker. Okay, that is the answer. This question and answer over. Next is how to display AP invoice status. So here right now never validated, and if you do validate, it will become a validate. But let's see first. Never validated. Okay, as it is will derive. It is saying as per record history, it is saying AP invoices. No, this is not correct. So we have to use a package for this. Here only I am giving. Okay, that is AP invoices utility package. This is a package. Oracle separate package it is. We know it right. But you have to remember AP invoices utility package dot get description. You can see here somewhere. Get approval status. Okay, this is the one. This is a ready-made function. Simply should know how to use it. Okay, and it has couple of parameters here: invoice ID, invoice amount, payment. So if you feel it is not visible properly, press F4. Now you can see. These are all the four. Invoice ID. L means here local variable in this package. Okay. Invoice ID, invoice amount, payment status flag, invoice type lookup code. Okay. What is this invoice type lookup code is? What type of the invoice it is? The type of the invoice is standard. You may have other invoice types like debit memo, credit memo, those kind of things. And payment status. Your next step will be payment it is. As of now, it is invoice only, it is a bill. See, right now there are no payments. The payment status is no, not yet paid. Invoice amount. Invoice amount is somewhere here you can see. This is the invoice amount. These are all the input arguments we have to give. Invoice ID. ID values will not be able to see in this. IDs like PO header ID, PO line ID, invoice ID. All ID values are hidden. Still, if you wanted to know, you can get here. Invoice ID. Can you see here? Sorry. ID values are hidden. All columns still we can get it by using diagnostics and example. Okay. Did I share the screen? Just getting out. Your screen sharing. Okay, fine. Clear? Now you tell me like you have to pass in the sequence, otherwise you will not get a proper result. Remember this sequence once invoice ID, payment status flag, and one more is type lookup code. Okay. Now it is your turn to say. Tell me. First parameter. Definitely you have to remember all this. If you feel typing is difficult for you, I'm okay. In this table, you can see. If you click on this, it will arrange in a sorting order. See, can you see here? Descending, ascending symbols. So you have to click on this. Payment status flag. Payment method is different, currency is different. Can you see here? Yeah. Avoid typing better. And one more last. What type of the invoice it is? That is invoice type of code. Just keep the cursor, then double click. It will be copied. It's easy for us. Now again formatting. Shift Control F for formatting. F2 to hide this output window. So clearly, now it will give you the status. Column ambiguously defined. So when you will get this is, if invoice ID is available in other table. So your system is in confusion right now. Which invoice ID it has to take? Invoice ID from AP invoice all or from AP invoice distribution all. That's why alias name is required here. So alias name, what we have to give here? AIA. If you are taking from AIDA, AIDA also you can take. Better keep here also. Otherwise, other people will confuse. Table alias is required for every column. See, never approved. But in the application, what is the value it's showing? It is never validated. So we have to use a function, Oracle separate function, that is decode. Decode is if then else logic. If the value is so and so, so the moment you open it, you have to close also. Like this. Then what is the value you are getting here? Never approved, right? When it is never approved, we have to replace as never validated. Control U you can use to change it uppercase. All the values if you want to do uppercase. Control U. Okay. Now alias name if you want to put, simply put as a status. F2. If it is hiding and closing, there is an option here. See, pin symbol. Can you see here pin symbol? If you keep F2, you can hide like this. Or F2 command we can use. F2, F2. Okay. Now your value showing here, never validated. So it has other values, like let's say if we click on actions and validate. Validating, it will check the currencies, dates, everything in the backend. Okay. Validate. Click on OK. It is saying validated. If you find this query again, we kept only one condition. So it will not give value now. See, it will not give, correct? The reason is it has other values as well. If you go up little, as of now, we have seen here, never approved. Validated means approved. If it is approved, we can display as a never validated. Validated. Correct. Validated. Perfect. If you keep on hold, for example, let's say I'm keeping this invoice on hold. Whatever the reason it is, you will see other values here. Needs revalidation. It is changed. If you click on this, it will not give. So it has other values. For needs revalidation, what will be the value? Can you just check in this values? How many we have used as of now? Approved we have used. Next, never approved we have used. Next is, yeah, this one. Needs reapproval, needs revalidation. So all are here only, no confusion. Extra, right? Correct? Again, format this. Now just observe, you can easily come. Decode. What is the use of decode? Decode is if then else logic. If the value of this package is never approved, we only replacing that, or we only re-representing as never validated. If value is approved, instead of decode, we can use case also, right? Case decode, both are important. Okay. So this is the query. This you need to remember the package name first and its arguments. and its values. Now, what will be the answer? If anyone asks you how to display invoice status, you have to use one package. Package name AP invoices utility pkg package dot get approval status. So this is a function or a procedure. This one is package, I know. This is function or procedure. If you press F4, it will come to. It's a function. Okay. The next question is here. AP answer is how to display open invoices. Okay. Open means payment is pending or payment is partially paid. So right now, how much is the bill for you? So AP invoice $651. Out of $651, how much you paid? So as of now, there is no payment information at all. Correct? What you have to do? One flag is there right here. Payment status flag that you can take here. What is the value of payment status flag? N. N means what? Not yet paid. Okay. Some values, some people actually will make a payment partially. Out of 600, they will make payment of 500. The rest 150 is there, right? So that you can see in the other table. That table is called as AP payment schedule solve. This is the table. So for this invoice ID is required. And we don't know invoice ID here. AIA. Initially, these queries are little confusing, but still very easy. 2-3 times we practice it. That's it. Okay. In this amount remaining, how much it is? 651. If they make partially, the pending amount you can see in this. Right now, how much dollars here? 651. Invoice amount is 651. If they make partial payment, the rest of the amount will be displayed over here. This is called as a AP payment schedule. All it is. Clear? Let's make a payment now. As of now, needs revalidation. So we have to release this. Release. Then only it will allow you to proceed further. Check the status. Status is validated. And one more is accounted. Okay. So open invoices we already answered for this. Like payment status flag is N. These are all called as open invoices. But still there is a partial payment that we'll see in the next time. Meantime, what we can do, we can see about accounted status also. Go to actions here. So I can go ahead with the pay in full year. Like right now, create accounting. There are 3 modes here. One is draft mode, final mode, and final post. 3 modes are there. So draft mode, it will create a journal entries, and we can transfer to ZL if it is in final mode. And final post means we can post as well. Right now, I'm going with the final mode here. Final. 3 modes. Okay. Click on OK. Accounting has been successfully created for this transaction. The created transactions, where can you see here is, you can go to reports, view accounting. So here is this. Your system only created all this. Just you should know the names of this debit account. DR is a debit, CR is a credit account. The system only that 650 it will divide. 600 is accrual account and liability is 51. Or both. See liability and 600 and 51 both divided this. If you look at here the accounts also. So this information is stored into some tables. You have to click on about this page as it is a OA framework page. Go to business component reference. These are all the views like view object. I'm just clicking on this view. This is a lengthiest query, but simply double click like this, copy, go to code. All queries are inbuilt. Don't worry about it. Shift Control F. These are all the tables. These tables. Okay. From class, the from class tables are already mentioned. Step is what is accounting, right? Under accounting, these are all the tables listed. Okay. XLA full form is subledger accounting here. XLA is subledger accounting. The short form of this particular module. Just like PO is purchasing, AP is for account payables like that. But subledger accounting short form is XLA. So where we can identify this short names of any modules is, I'll just first copy this invoice number because I need to come down it. Go to application developer. Then application register. If it is any new custom module, you can see in this one. Application and register. F11. Your application name is what it is sub. Okay, just the short form is what is Excel. That's why every table name is having in front here Excel. Correct? It is an intermediary between GL and your transaction modules like APR. Everywhere these tables are intermediary before moving into the GL. Clear? Now, the next step is payment here. Payment. After creating a AP invoice, what we did here, we did validation. These are all the sub steps in the invoice. One step is validation, and other step is here accounting. Clear? Two steps only we have done in the AP invoice. Now next is payment. For payment, we have to go back to payables. So we can go from invoice workbench only. This is called the workbench. Invoice number. Go to actions here. Then there is a pay in full. Click on OK. Take all the available discounts on these invoices. Okay. Your system is giving a caution for you if any discounts are there. These are all already there. Bank account, we can take a disbursement account. disbursement. Other account do not take because it will not generate. And payment method is there are multiple payment methods here, but I am taking a check. Check. Then click on this. It will give you a number automatically. See, one number automatically it has given. Sequential number. The moment you click on OK, save, it will fetch all the invoice details from the workbench. Click on save. It should bring here invoice details. Okay, like this. These are all payment details and these are all invoice details. So we made full payment here. If you fire the same query earlier, some payment schedule table we have typed right here. What is the amount remaining right now? 0. Because we made full payment. If it is a partial payment, that pending amount you can see in this amount remaining. Okay. This table is very important here, where you can find out pending payments. This is the table. Okay. Another point we missed here. How to display open invoice? What will be your answer? Based on the payment status flag is equal to not yet paid, and one more is partially paid. Correct? If you take two values, we have to take in operator. In this is an operator. In operator is used to get multiple values here in the filter condition. So this answer over. Then another question is how to find out pending amount, pending invoice amount. What is the table name? AP payment schedule. Okay. So the payment, what we did, we made a payment, but we have not gathered the tables. One is AP invoice payments is one table. AP, sorry, it must be AP checks all. Okay, AP checks all, and another table is AP invoice payments. We have two tables. You tell me what are the two tables for this? AP checks all and AP payments. So no need to specially by heart, right? Just go to help and records, you can gather. So the primary key, what could be primary key of AP checks all? Obviously check ID, right? Check ID. Just type it here. AP checks all. Where check number. What's your check number here? 21, correct? Document number is a check number. 21 may be a common for other operating units as well. See why you are getting 11 rows means these are all for other operating units as well. Check ID, let's say check ID, you take it. Then definitely you will get a unique value. Unique value. Correct? Why there is a difference here is check number will be repetitive for other operating units like Vision Operations, Vision Services, Vision Korea, like that. So anyway, you remove this just to show the difference only I told. Clear? Now, what is the other table I missed here? AP join. First table primary key. By seeing table itself, we can tell, right? ACA dot check ID. Correct. You can type AIPA dot check ID. But I need to display invoice number also. Invoice table we discussed right just before. Invoice table. This is an invoice table. I need to add another table, that is AP invoice. Join condition will be able to tell me AIA dot primary key. Right. Correct. Invoice is equivalent to APA dot invoice. Missing expression, comma is there. Like this. Why these many records? You know already. Correct. And if I give invoice number, you will come to that. Check number 21. This 21 is based on this invoice. So this is the way we can combine check and invoice tables. Okay. The next question is what it is. How to display the invoice and check number. Answer is this. No need to say the entire statement, but still join conditions you have to say. Like this join condition is enough. Or these two also you have to say. Okay. Now the next last step here is transfer to GL. This is the last step in this cycle. So we are discussing about cycle here, that is procure to pay cycle. In short, it is P2P cycle. The last step in this is transfer to GL. Okay. To transfer it, you can go to view request. One more thing, see, it is unprocessed accounting wise. Correct, at the bottom it is unprocessed. Go to actions here. There is a create accounting. Which mode we need to take here? Final mode. Draft mode, it will create general entries and we can transfer it here and we can post it here. So final. Accounting entries where we can see into view accounting. What are the entries we'll have here? The names. Cash clearance account is a credit. Discount is also a credit because we received it, right? The next is liability account is a debit account. So these entry names we have to remember. Entry names. Another question here is before this, what are accounting entries while or after making payment? Tell me, what is a debit account and credit account? Names. Will you be able to tell me? You want to see once, you can see here. Debit account is liability. Credit account is what it is? Cash clearance and then discount. Functional people will ask you all these questions. And here also same story. To know the tables behind this, we can go to about this page. Then business component reference details. And after that, view objects here. Click on this. This entire query, take it, copy, go to code, open on new tab, and paste it. Repetitive, all the steps. Shift Control F, correct? If you look at here, these are all the tables. Okay. So can you tell me what needs to be done here? First, you have to go to tools, view accounting. Then next, how to identify tables behind this OA framework page? You have to go to about this page. Next, component reference. Then after that, click on this, double click, copy, go to tool, new tab. After pasting, what you have to do? Shift Control F for format. Like this. It's a big query. Oracle only given all this. Here, now come to our point here. transfer to 0. For transferring, what you have to do, there is a view request, submitted request, single request. So if people are typing here in a small case and you are coming to me saying that it's not giving a value, okay? And that you are typing here transfer, journal, no, it should not be like this. You have to type all init cap, then you get it. This is the program. Transfer journal address to GL. This is the program. Ledger name is vision operations. Operations. Vision operations. End date is today's date. What is the today's date here? Right? 5 September 2022. If you don't press hyphen also, it will take automatically formatting. Posting will see later. Submit. Another request, no, fine. Okay. So this is the program name we need to use. We will trigger another program that is called as a journal import. Journal import. If you take final post, you don't need to submit this step. While doing a create accounting, we have 3 modes, right? Draft, final, and final post. If you take final post, you don't need to do this step additionally. Okay, remember that point. This is the program. Journal import. Last one. Last one. Sorry. Sorry. Click on this view output. Status is here success. Batch name here. Take this batch name till here. There are multiple batches if you look at here. See, right now you have to take here August 22. Take this, copy, go to GL. Journal, batch name, we can't find here. If it doesn't give, then what you have, sorry, I should paste it. Right. Okay. Then we have to take here unposted, right? As of now, click on review journal. This is the entire information. Your system only created all this information. Go to record history. Your tables are here in GLJE headers. Then as well as lines also. All tables you must remember. You need to explain to the interviewer also in every interview. Okay. There is a batches, another table. GLJE batches. GLJ batches, headers line, and one more GL balances is there. that is GL balances. Now it is unposted. Your final step is we have to post it. So for posting, what you have to do? Go to journals and then post. Paste the same batch here. Sorry, whatever you copied. Right. Check this checkbox here. The batch you selected is either not postable or already selected. See, the point here is it's a not postable. Showing batch with unopened period. Okay. Period you have to select here. Open close periods. August. September is right now, see, it is a future entry, right? We have to make it open. To open this, open period, you will not face this issue because I am opening right now. So it's open. Verify again, open, close. Fine. Look at here, September is right now open. Go to post, you batch here, fine. It is postable. Earlier we have seen other messages, correct? It was not postable. This is the final step in this P2P cycle. After clicking on that, you will be able to see one program is submitted. Single ledger. There are some more points pending. We'll cover. Okay. We'll have a frequently asked questions class. In that, we'll cover everything. Actually, some cross questions are pending here while creating requisition, while creating PO and all. We'll have one more class for this P2P. Extra points missed. Okay. So this balance information is stored into GL balances. It is. I have seen somewhere in this table. GL balances. Okay. So if you want to know the status again, where we have to go? Inquiry. One more. Inquiry and journal. Then click on batch. Fine. If you look at here, it will be posted. Earlier, what was the status we have seen here? Batch status. What was the batch status you have seen here? Unposted, correct? Now it has become posted. P2P cycle is ended here. Okay. So one more class we will take tomorrow. In that will cover everything. So we have so many questions pending. Those are all. So these many questions we have. Okay. First, I'll find out where exactly I missed. The rest will cover. These many points are there. These are all the questions from interview questions. Very important questions. Okay. Meantime, if you wanted, I can give you. You can browse in Google also. Google as well as your notes. See, P2P cycle accounting entries. You'll be able to tell me what are the accounting entries? Liability account, accrual account. We have seen, right? You are not able to recall it seems. These are all. correct? And how to find out accounting errors table. If you while doing accounting, error table is there here. XLE headers, lines, events, these are all we have seen, right? While doing, you may get errors. That error table information is stored into XLA accounting errors. Like that, see? Otherwise, we will miss this type of points. We'll have one more class tomorrow on P2P cycle. But meantime, you need to finish all the 3 classes. Clear? I'm just closing the session. If you have any open questions, let me know. Any questions? Go through today this cycle. Thank you. I'll upload